My name is Lyra Clark, and today I will be delivering an oral presentation on disaster management in Sweden. Sweden's disaster management approach and history. Sweden takes an all-hazard approach. They follow a bottom-up implementation plan. There are three principles of the Swedish emergency management system, and there was a historical push for disaster management based on the Cold War, disaster events, and climate change. Sweden utilizes an all-hazards approach. According to the European Commission, the Swedish disaster management system follows an all-hazards approach, meaning each base is covered concerning potential disasters that could impact Sweden, while the Swedish Contingency Agency manages all prevention, preparedness, and response efforts. Swedish officials follow a bottom-up implementation plan. When only one municipality is impacted, officials at a local level respond. If several municipalities are affected, a regional official steps in. And when a disaster event is far-reaching, national officials offer their assistance. The Swedish emergency management system follows three principles: the responsibility principle, the equality principle, and the proximity principle, according to the Swedish disaster management structure. The responsibility principle indicates that whomever is responsible under normal conditions also maintains responsibility during an emergency, while the equality principle indicates that things should be organized during an emergency the same as they would during normal events. And finally, the proximity principle indicates that the emergency events should be handled at the lowest level. According to emergency management in Scandinavia, there were several historical events that acted as drivers to enhance emergency management techniques in Sweden, primarily the Cold War, Y2K, natural disaster events, climate changes, and technological advances. There are many different types of natural disaster events that impact Sweden, primarily landslides, flooding, and snow avalanches, according to the Natural Hazards in Nordic Countries article. Obstacles that could impact Sweden's disaster management system are an unprecedented number of disasters or level of damages caused by a disaster, climate change, and technological issues. Major disaster events that impacted disaster management and policy in Sweden. 2004 to 2005, it was noted that a tsunami and a winter storm, Gudrun, had major impacts on Sweden that called for better planning practices and risk mitigation.